Most men think a hug is just a friendly gesture. But what if I told you that in less than 4 seconds, the way you hug a woman can completely change how she feels about you? One small mistake can instantly kill attraction, while the right hug can make you unforgettable. Welcome to Dark Feminine Insights, where we uncover the hidden psychology behind attraction and desire. Today, we're diving into the subtle art of hugging, a simple gesture that can make a man unforgettable or instantly forgettable, all in just a few seconds. There's a small mistake many men make when hugging a woman, and most of the time, they don't even realize they're doing it. It seems harmless, but her subconscious reads it instantly, and it can quietly signal a lack of masculine presence. The truth is, very few men actually understand how to hug a woman in a way that feels right to her. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 3 common types of hugs, what each one silently communicates to her on a psychological level, and then I'll show you a 4th type. That last one is the hug that makes a man unforgettable. It's the one that stays in her memory long after the moment passes, and almost nobody talks about it. Stay with me for this, because once you understand it, you'll never approach a hug the same way again. This is Dark Feminine, where we explore the deeper layers of female psychology and attraction. Here, the goal is simple: to talk honestly about what women truly feel but are. Arlie, say out loud, no judgment, no games, just clarity. Before we go further, I want you to understand something important. If you've made this mistake before, it doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. No one ever really taught men this. Society gives plenty of advice about how to talk to women or how to impress them, but it almost completely ignores the role of physical presence and touch. So don't stress about the past. Think of this as learning something most people were never shown. To understand why this matters, you need to know a key principle of female psychology. Women tend to feel first and analyze later. While you might be thinking about what to say, how you look, or whether the moment feels right, her body is already reacting. Her emotional system is registering everything before logic even enters the picture. This happens in the brain's emotional center, which reacts much faster than conscious thought. A hug is powerful because it skips over words completely. It bypasses conversation and logic and goes straight to that emotional system. In just a few seconds of contact, her body answers a question she may not even realize she's asking. Does this man feel safe to be around? Does he carry confidence? Does he feel grounded in himself? You might be funny, intelligent, and successful, but physical presence communicates something deeper. If the hug feels off, her body can override everything else you've shown. The impression happens quickly, often in less than 4 seconds, and it sticks. So let's talk about what not to do. The first mistake is the weak hug. Almost everyone has experienced this one. The arms barely wrap around the other person, the bodies stay far apart, and there's almost no pressure at all. Sometimes it's even done with just one arm, like the classic, polite side hug people give when they're unsure. From a psychological perspective, this kind of hug communicates hesitation and uncertainty. It feels like you're holding back or unsure of yourself. Even if that wasn't your intention, her subconscious reads it as a lack of confidence. She probably won't analyze it logically, but she will feel the difference, and that feeling tends to linger. The second mistake is the aggressive hug. This is the opposite extreme, and it can feel just as uncomfortable. Some men pull too hard, squeeze too tightly, or rush into the hug with too much force. Instead of feeling natural and relaxed, it feels overwhelming. It can come across as trying too hard to dominate the moment rather than simply sharing it. When that happens, her body may interpret the energy as pressure rather than presence, and the connection becomes awkward instead of natural. The opposite extreme can be just as damaging. This happens when a hug becomes too forceful, squeezing too tightly, holding on longer than the moment calls for, or letting your hands drift somewhere inappropriate. That's not masculine confidence. It feels like you're invading her space, and the reaction she has is immediate. Instead of comfort, she feels uneasy. Instead of connection, she senses a lack of awareness. In that moment, her mind quietly asks, does he understand boundaries? And once that doubt appears, attraction fades almost instantly. Then there's the third mistake, something people rarely talk about, the ghost hug. This happens when you're technically hugging her, but you're not truly present. Maybe your eyes are scanning the room. Maybe your body feels stiff. Maybe you're holding your breath or pulling away the second contact happens. Physically you're there, but mentally you're somewhere else. And she feels it. It creates the sense that the moment doesn't matter, or worse, that she doesn't matter. In many ways, that emptiness can feel even worse than the weak hug. Now let's talk about what actually makes the difference. The hug that carries real masculine presence. This is where everything shifts. A confident hug is grounded, intentional, and calm. You don't hesitate or wait awkwardly for her to figure it out. You lead the moment naturally. Your posture is stable, feet planted firmly so your body feels balanced. That physical stability sends a signal of emotional steadiness. Your arms wrap around her with purpose. One hand rests between her shoulder blades, while the other sits around the middle of her back. Your bodies connect naturally, chest to chest. The pressure is steady, not crushing, but not hesitant either, just firm enough to feel secure. And there's one small detail that matters more than most people realize. Breathing. When you breathe normally during the hug, your body stays relaxed. Relaxation spreads. If you're calm, her body picks up on it and relaxes too. That shared calmness creates the sense of safety and connection that words alone can't produce. Timing also matters. The ideal hug lasts about 2 to 4 seconds. That's long enough to feel genuine, but not so long that it becomes uncomfortable. It's not a quick tap that feels distant, and it's not an awkward moment that drags on. It's just enough time for her to register the feeling. This man feels confident and present. Another important detail is how the hug ends. You're the one who naturally releases first. As you step back, your hands slide gently down her arms before letting go. Then you meet her eyes, offer a relaxed smile, and continue the moment with ease. The way you end a hug can leave just as strong an impression as the way it began. Every hug is a small preview of who you are. It's a subtle expression of your confidence, your awareness, and your character. She probably won't sit there analyzing it consciously, but the emotional impression will stay with her long after the moment passes. From now on, you understand something many men never even notice. The smallest details in human interaction can completely change how someone experiences you. Hugging a woman isn't just a casual gesture. It's a silent language that communicates your confidence, presence, and masculinity. In just a few seconds, her subconscious picks up on signals you may not even realize you're sending. A weak or hesitant hug signals uncertainty and low energy, while an overly aggressive hug feels invasive and disrespectful. There's also the ghost hug, where you're physically there but mentally absent, leaving her feeling unimportant. The right hug, however, is firm, intentional, and grounded. It shows stability, confidence, and awareness. Subtle details like posture, hand placement, timing, and calm breathing make a huge difference. A masculine hug communicates safety, presence, and emotional strength, leaving a lasting impression that words alone can't create. Mastering this small interaction can elevate attraction and make you unforgettable in her mind. At the end of the day, a hug may seem like a small gesture, but in reality, it speaks louder than words. In just a few seconds, it can show confidence, presence, and emotional awareness. Or it can quietly send the wrong message. When you hug with calm strength, genuine presence, and respect for her space, you create a moment she feels rather than analyzes. And those feelings are what people remember. So the next time you hug a woman, remember that the smallest details can make the biggest difference. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe to Dark Feminine Insights, and turn on the bell so you never miss the hidden psychology behind attraction. And if this opened your eyes, Comment the word presence below so I know you're part of the people who truly understand the power of the smallest details.